everybody, my name is Dude, and welcome back to Asagao Academy. This last episode, we were asked if we wanted to sit at the normal boots table, because apparently some of them want to make nice with us now. And I don't think we should, because Shane? Unless he's not at the table or something. I'm still kind of pissy about the whole, hey, we suspect you stealing the boots kind of thing, so I think I'm gonna say no. I smiled and shook my head, trying to let them down as politely as possible. This was way too sudden. I couldn't just get over everything that happened immediately. Yeah, I couldn't. Maybe that made me a bad person. Maybe that meant I held grudges. Or maybe it just means you need time to, get over it, 'cause holy shit, that was actually kind of not cool on their part. But I couldn't just forget what happened, even though part of me wanted to be friends with them again, even though part of me missed them. I understand. But the invitation stands if you change your mind. Okay. And I probably will change my mind, but just for now, I need to, chill. I need to be zen. I need to pass into the iris, you know? Yeah, it's a thing that takes time. Stop looking at me like that. I nodded, then turned and left. I hoped a short walk would help me clear my mind and get rid of the sleepy haze that settled over me. Well, I felt awake at least. Hana? I fell into step beside me, watching me carefully. Yeah? What's wrong? What was I supposed to say? They were really cruel to us, Mai, for 3 straight weeks. I didn't act like we were friends at all. I know that people make mistakes, but actions speak louder than words, too. Sometimes people mess up so badly you have to cut them out of your life. You're better off without them. I'm not saying I don't think you should cut them out of your life entirely. I don't want to, excommunicate them entirely, because Satch's kind of cool, and literally everyone but Shane's kind of cool here. Jared's just a little weird. I'm not saying, being into fashion's weird, but, the photos he takes for his fashion show, it's he went full triple chin. And that's something I only thought the Game Grumps could do. Or Ego Raptor could do. I remember he flew onto the edge of my mind and I angrily pushed it away. Friends forgive each other's mistakes. Who says we're still friends? Hana. I sighed. Come sit. I want to tell you something. She gestured to a bench on the side of the walk. On the sidewalk? You mean? Or the pathway? Together we sat. For a while I stared at the wind moving across the branches of the trees before us. As the branches moved, light appeared and disappeared. To me, at least, it seemed to be coming and going, but on the other side of the branches it was constant. I was trying to figure out what symbolic meaning that had for me when Mai sighed again. The Normal Boots Club has been through a lot. You're not the first person they tried to invite to their club. They had a lot of trouble with people wanting to take advantage of them. A surge of guilt flooded me. But I wasn't... I know you weren't, but they don't know that. It's really hard for them to make friends. Even when someone doesn't want to use them, they can be blinded by their popularity or, let's face it, crazy good looks. Genuine relationships aren't formed that way, and they've all been badly burned at least once. I guess I can understand that, but still, the whole reason I said no anyway, was to get some time to clear my head before I jump into that sort of thing. I still consider them friends and all, except for Shane. Shane's kind of evil, and maybe he's just been through some shit with pink-haired people, but you shouldn't generalize that sort of thing, just by the color of one's hair, or the color of one's skin, or by their gender. It's just because you've been hurt by one person of that kind of affiliation or whatever, doesn't mean they're gonna all be douches. It's I just have pink hair, it's apparently natural. I'm very timid, and then you just come on being all pink hair bitch, get out of here! I'm gonna act like a shithead. To you, exclusively. Okay, I'm getting off track. Genuine relationships aren't formed that way, and they've been badly burned at least once. So if they reacted harsher than most people would, I'm sure it wasn't personal. Not really. They were probably trying to protect themselves. I wanted to respond, but I couldn't seem to find the words. Instead, I found myself returning to the first few days I came to Asagao. Why had I wanted to befriend the Normal Boots Club in the first place? Why was I so desperate to join? I had nothing more than a passing interest in video games at the time. But I think in this case it was to be accepted. I mean, she did seem to have some issues with acceptance and all that. You know Jared? Did I know him? I only talked to him on the train for a few minutes, so not really. We weren't friends or anything. Looking around, mine and this girl weren't the only ones who were interested. Everybody was listening. I was surprised when he talked to me. Maybe a little white lie couldn't hurt? I didn't say yes to that, though. I didn't know him. They hadn't treated me well, but to be honest, I hadn't treated them well either, even if they weren't aware. My motives were less than pure. Were they? I mean, that thought was just a passing thought. Like, I didn't actually say, yeah, I knew him. I said, no, we just met on the train. That was it. Throughout my time at the Normal Boots Club, I got to know them and I started liking them as genuine people, as friends. But in the beginning, it was less friendship and more... You're right, I've been a jerk. No, I wouldn't say that. I would. I'm no better than they are. I'm not sure I follow. I stood up. Come on, we have somewhere to be. Oh, we came around anyway? By the time we reached the Normal Boots Club table, lunch was nearly over. Stood over the table, breathing deep.
Yeah.
Hana, did you come to eat with us? No, I came to apologize. You... What?
Seriously?
I wasn't thinking about it from your perspective. Of course you'd be suspicious of me. You haven't known me for that long, and people can do awful things to each other. I'm sorry I was so angry about it.
Hana.
No, we're sorry. We've grown suspicious over time, and you didn't deserve that. Yeah.
All right.
What's most important is that the group is back together again. And we're happy to have you, Hana. Shane grunted. I glanced at him, and he looked away. Well, most of us are. Yeah, you just be a little salty shit over there in the corner, man. I'm sure your real person is much nicer and cooler in person, but Asagao Yu's a dick. Time for class.
See you later.
We'll see you tomorrow, right, Hana?
Yeah.
Sure. Sure you will. And Shane will get over it. And like that, it was set right. Well, most of it was. I still had to prove myself to a few people. Who? I mean, I know Shane. Yeah, Shane's definitely one of those people, but who's the other ones? Jared? Jared didn't seem that bothered by... Well, I guess maybe he was a bit bothered by it. I don't know. I don't remember my interactions with Jared. At least since the boot stealing. Having the excitement of the day, it didn't take long for Mai to fall asleep. I lay and listened to her steady breathing, resisting the urge to fall asleep myself. Finally, her gentle snoring began, and I put on some clothes and headed back outside. At this point, I was getting used to creeping around at night. It was horrifying the first time, and I had a few close calls. But I didn't think there was going to be someone jumping out from the corners trying to kill me. The world wasn't as hostile as I thought it was. At least Asagao wasn't. As long as there's nobody with, like, no face and no hair and a tall business suit and, long-ass arms and legs. As long as, the screen doesn't go all staticky and stuff, that's fine. It's all good. I dashed across the campus and into Poppy Hall. Only once I was inside did I realize I didn't have a plan. There was nothing in the hidden block lockers, and the clubroom was empty when I last looked. I crept up to the 4th floor, hoping to begin an in-depth search from room to room. Someone had to have it nearby. They were too heavy to move during the day, and it would have taken at least 2 people to move them. With this in mind, I worked my way from classroom to classroom, closet to desk, searching in lockers and nooks and crannies. Try after try, I found nothing of interest, at least to the boots. There was an oddly large amount of stuffed animals in these kids' desks. As I searched the last desk on the 4th floor, I sighed. Still nothing. Slipping down to the 3rd floor, I braced myself to begin again. Until I heard a noise from a closet at the end of the hall. What? It was coming from an old, unused closet just opposite the stairwell. Yellow light ringed at the edges of the door. Someone was in there. And they weren't on my way up. They weren't there on my way up. There was no way it was a janitor either. The janitor threw up the lights on the entire floor when he was cleaning. No, this was someone else. I edged across the hall, taking care not to let my steps echo on the wooden floor, as they were prone to do when no one else was in the hallway. Finally, I made it to the edge of the door. Taking a deep breath, I grasped the cold handle, and all at once turned and pushed the door open. Who the hell are you? Oh, hi. What are you doing? Jared stood before me, a collection of books at his feet on the shelf above him. In his arms was an open version of the 5th edition of Dungeons & Dragons. I glanced at the books on the floor. 3rd edition, 3.5, 4th edition, Battletech, and a myriad of what looked like new locations and expansions lay in order of edition and release date. They sparkled in the light, mint condition despite how old they were. Jared and I locked eyes. Hi! Oh, we didn't say anything. Never mind. We didn't move a muscle. Time was suspended. I couldn't take it. Indecent! What? What's wrong with games? What is wrong with this? You gotta be kidding me. This is offensive? I screamed and ran, sprinting for the staircase door. Hana, wait! Jared was following. It's not like he was masturbating or anything, or was he? Did he have his dick out? I don't think he had his dick out. I mean, D&D might be fun and all, but I don't think it's that fun. Or maybe it is. Was there anyone else in that room? I pushed through the stair door, down through the 1st floor. Bursting through, but Jared was catching fast. Damn your good genes! The front door was too far away. I'd never make it. Instead, I dove into a 1st-year classroom, hoping he hadn't seen me, but... Hana! No! Stay away from me! I ran to the back of the room. There was nowhere for me to go. He slowly approached, eyes gleaming. You saw nothing. I wish. He was finally in front of me. I said, you saw nothing. Jared slammed his hand against the wall at either side of me. I was trapped, pinned to the wall. Oh. Damn it, Hana, now's not the time for that!
No.
Hana, please. Suddenly I was thankful to the dark because I was definitely the one being indecent right now. Don't tell anybody what you just saw. Please. Wasn't sure which was more visceral to me, my fear or Jared's presence. Finally I caved, just to get him out of my face. Okay, I won't tell anyone, I promise.
All right.
Hana! Oh, I thought he was being angry about it. Never mind. Hana! He swept me up in a hug. Suddenly I really was pinned between the wall and against Jared. I flushed deep red, not sure where to put my arms. Thank you so much. I was going to die here. The blood would leave my body, go to my face, and I probably wouldn't be able to breathe anymore. Goodbye, world. It was nice knowing you. What was that? Jared released me, instead tugging me to the floor. We crouched there for a few moments, waiting. Oh, footsteps! Sound of footsteps rang across the hall, along with what sounded like a muffled curse, then silence. We should leave. We really shouldn't be here. Jared looked at me, as if just realizing I was also sneaking around the academy in the dead of night. I won't tell if you don't ask. Good enough for me. I mean, I'm sure we could tell him. Just like we tell him not to tell anybody else. We won't tell anybody that he's looking at Dungeons and Dragons books or masturbating to them. I don't know. It's the only reason I could think of that would be indecent is he's masturbating to Dungeons and Dragons. Quickly, still crouched, we crept out of the 1st floor classroom and into the main hallway. Sweet Jesus, look at that! Now we knew what made that noise. A large crack sat in the middle of the floor, all splintered and dented wood. Somebody dropped something really heavy. You don't think the boots? We looked at each other. Immediately we dashed outside Poppy Hall, scanning the nearby area. Damn it! You gotta be kidding me! They were right outside the wall, Jared! They were right there and we missed them. Should have left when we had the chance. Stupid. I'm sorry. I was the one who stopped us. Yeah, you were. A sly smirk crossed his face. At least now I know what you were doing in there. I don't know what you're talking about. Now, if you don't mind, it's late and I should be getting to sleep. I hope at this point he gets the context that we're trying to find the boots and clear our name rather than just find the boots. I really hope this is the context he's getting from this. Stiffly, I began to walk back to Primrose's house.
Hana?
Hey, Hana? I whipped around. Yes? And shh, and what? I'm sorry I suspected you. Taken aback, I didn't know how to respond. Oh. Well, I'm sorry I was so rough about it. I really didn't know what else to say. Jared waved a hand at me in the careless way he had.
Bye.
Don't even worry about it. Good night, Hana. Bye, Jared. Maybe stop masturbating to Dungeons and Dragons. I'm not gonna kink shame you, dude, but that's... Hope those books are still clean by the time you get done with them. I nodded, and this time, when I left, I wasn't stopped again. At least not until I made it back to the dorm. What happened? Something seemed off. Quietly, I slid the key into the lock and turned it. The click that usually sounded so quiet now sounded like the clanging of a clock tower. Nevertheless, I opened the door. Shit.
What the hell?
I knew you were up to something. No, I was just in the bathroom. Can you put on your clothes for that? I don't want to look like shit. Is that so bad? I looked down at my uniform. I'm bathroom shy.
Really?
And you were gone for 3 hours? I had to take a shit, okay? A really big shit. You know what they give you in the cafeteria? Diarrhea. On a plate. It's like solid diarrhea pills. It's all in the food. How have you not had epic shits? I really needed to poop. There we go! It's like epic diarrhea. Fine, you got me, now let me in. So what happened? I wasn't sure what to tell her. I hadn't prepared anything in advance. In an effort to make it all seem casual, I said the first thing that came to mind. I forgot a book and went to get it, but I ran into Jared along the way. Jared? Oh, shit. It had to be Jared that... Okay, you cannot hold out on me. Tell me what happened. I need all the details. You're my best friend, Hana, aren't you? Ugh, low blow. Now what? I'll keep the promise. Look, I can't really talk about that.
What?
Why not? I just can't, alright? I crossed.
So stupid.
I tell you the deepest, most darkest secrets of my entire life, and you can't even tell me what you were doing with Jared. I held up my hands. It was nothing like that, I swear. We really did just run into each other. But I'll tell you something even better. In hushed whispers, I told her about the crack in the floor. Oh, at least we can tell her that we just missed him. Him? Or her, I guess. And while I was coming up the hall, I had an idea. What if whoever took the boots also took the books? What if someone has it out for Satch? Who would, except for Hidden Block? Satch is the sweetest. Maybe it's not Hidden Block in its entirety trying to ruin Satch. Maybe it's just Jimmy, since they're going against each other in the tournament. It's not that I wanted to think that Jimmy did it, but it was the best lead I had at this point. I'm going to bed. She swept past me, climbing the ladder to her bed. What? That's it? This is a huge lead! It's late. Go to sleep. I think she's pissed that we didn't break the promise. But I aim to keep the promises I make, even if they're kind of forced them. So, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be keeping that. Cause I don't want to, like, make that a thing, you know? I'm sure it's not a big deal. He just has a kink about Dungeons and Dragons. Look, she caught under the covers and turned away from me. Suddenly felt exhausted. I changed into my pajamas, flipped the lights off, and went to bed. I was asleep in seconds. The next morning was awful. Oh god, what happened? I almost didn't get out of bed. It took my shaking me awake 5 minutes before we were able to leave for me about to leave for me to even wake up. As soon as I saw what time it was, my heart flew to my throat. I never got ready so fast. A spike of adrenaline immediately after waking left me feeling lightheaded and oddly not in my body. I tried to let the cool morning air wake me, but the world just looked strange in the sunlight. It was like I was trapped in a computer program, and the sunlight was painted on. It simply did not belong. Wait. Are we in that VR thing that Satch made? When we made it to Poppy, I was relieved. All I wanted was to collapse in my seat and maybe catch a few quick minutes of sleep, though I doubted I'd be able to after such a rough awakening. Hana! Before I could even get to the classroom door, a panicked voice stopped me. A worried Satch stood in front of me. In fact, that was the most worried I've ever seen him. He was wringing his hands and searching my face, and apparently he did not like what he found. Jared told me. What? He raised his eyebrows meaningfully, and it took a second for my brain to catch up for what he was implying. Jerk, he said he wasn't gonna tell. I think I kept his secret last night. That's not important. I know what you're doing, and I don't like it. I want you to stop. You can't tell me what to do. You're not my mom. And why not? I told you I have this under control. You're just going to get yourself in trouble. You're in enough trouble as it is. And so are you. But for different reasons. He stopped, and his annoyance turned to concern. He reached out and brushed my face. How many nights have you been doing this? It isn't healthy. Pushed his hand away. I don't care. I had to do something. Satch deflated a little, then gathered himself up again. That's beside the point. I told you, I'm going to clear your name. You should be taking better care of yourself. Nobody even suspects you anymore. Not really. Not after what you did for Jared. It's about time. It only took them... Wait, you think I'm doing this for me? I searched his face, and he looked at me back in confusion. Yes? A surge of anger bubbled in my stomach. You gotta be kidding me! It's not about being suspected. I've been suspected for 3 weeks. I can stand a few more. Why are you doing this? We were all out yelling. For us, anyway, in the middle of the hall. Class was starting in just a few minutes, and the swarms of students walked by and stopped to watch this. So stupid! It's because of you! You're working so damn hard all the time, and you take on all this extra work, and you never tell anybody! I couldn't just sit around and watch it happen. You've been so stressed, but you're still trying to help out me and Mai. It's totally stupid. Tears strung my eyes. My attempt to stop crying didn't work. It wasn't like me to get so worked up, but... Oh, right. No, sleep. Right. I think we need some coffee. I want to be some classes in high school or college, or even upper grade school that provides coffee to their students. At least keeps them awake a little. Satch stared at me, speechless. I shook my head. You only rely on yourself and you never tell anybody what's wrong. You just help other people. Well, you need someone to rely on too. I don't want you to work alone anymore. I just don't. I stopped, unable to say more, wiping my face. I went on exhaustion, but I didn't even care what people were watching. I just wanted Satch to understand. The students, clearly uncomfortable, started filtering into the classroom. Satch gestured a few times, clearly about to begin speaking, but each time he thought better of it. Finally, he swallowed. We can work together. We can? Satch nodded, seemingly unaware of the action. Sure. The school bell rang. Class was starting. I beamed at Satch. He still stood in front of me as if in a stupor. Satch? No response. I stepped behind him and gave him a shove towards the staircase. Hey. Go, you're gonna be late for class. Oh, right.
Alright, be good.
I'll see you later, Hana. You'd better. And I think now we'll stop. For now. Where's my save? There's my save. Anyway. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe for more. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you to T-Cower, Sharon, and Leviel for supporting me on Patreon this month. And as always, you can find the game in the description below if you'd like to go further than I am and to see what's going on and stuff. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!